Welcome back. It's time for us to finish off the Spirit Shrines, which will be heavily edited until we get to the Ignis Shrine, so you'll see as we get going. There'll be a lot of puns, let's put it like that. A lot of puns. Alright, let's resume our exploration of the shrines. We need to make our way to the door inside first, I believe. Exactly right, Laura. We should be able to use it to access the proving grounds deeper inside. Well, let's get going. Did you hear Vita Clotilde was accused of impersonating a radio show host? Yep. Charge of a misdemeanor. Oh dear God. You get the idea what would have happened. I would have killed the enemies, got the overdrive. Oh God. Once we've gone in, there'd be a ways to leave before finishing what we started. Are we ready for this? Open the proving grounds. We should be able to go inside now. I mean, yeah, the door's open. So, deep within here lies a trial of some sort, correct? Yes, and it's only by overcoming this trial that we'll be able to get more ore. There's no telling what we'll come up against on our way through. We should make sure we're ready for anything. Anything? Like more puns? Is that what he means? Milliam was called into Captain Arundel's office after spilling a few secrets. With a frown, he said, "It's about time someone around here gave you a stern lecture." Oh my God. Yeah, spiritual presence. Elisa asked Macius if he'd like to ride in Axon straight off the Reinford assembly lines, but he shook his head and saying, "No tanks." You know, I'm glad I'm not suffering through this alone. Dear God. Dear God. There's some more Zemurian ore, everyone. Puns. Oh, no. We're finally here. Our second crystal of Zemurian ore. This one looks just as big as the last. Ideally, we could just walk up there and take it, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Be careful, everyone. Heavy ruby. I like its design, it looks awesome. Here's our magic knight. If it won't allow us to pass, we'll just have to force our way through. With Laura being very overpowered. Looks even stronger than the others we fought. Be careful. Understood. Others. Yep. We'll keep others in.
This is a tough one.
You know.
Let's move.
Let's go La Forte.
Marcus, activate.
My turn.
Let's go La Forte. Need to get my links sorted, really.
Here.
Thanks.
Swapping and changing so I can get the puns. It's throwing off my links. There we go. Let's see here. Let's actually go over Grail Burst, bring about the other characters again very quickly. You can do this. We don't need Blessed Arrow. Let's go Heavenly Gift, get the Insight, just in case, just in case.
No problem.
What can we throw out here? Passion, throw out the shield.
Marcus, activate.
There's our second La Forte.
It's my turn.
Let's make sure we get out your Crescent Shell, again, just in case.
Crescent shell.
Here I go.
Overdrive.
Here goes.
I'm going for Laura, by the way. Okay, in case you're wondering what we're going for here, it's... I'm heading for Laura. Spirit Unification.
Let's move.
So let's go. Azure Flame Slash. Radiant Line.
Gather on my blade.
It'll probably kill it. This is the thing, it's like we're buffed up, it'll probably kill it. Oh, maybe, maybe not. It's not a crit, but...
Witness the fruits of my training!
She does have the Ashbringer. Yeah. Not even the corrupted Ashbringer, just the Ashbringer.
Howl! Radiant Lion!
I mean, it's like, what do I throw at this point? You're gonna die, ain't you, mate?
There!
Sprout that, may as well, just in case.
Now!
Burst.
Let's go, everyone!
Understood!
Leave it to me!
There we go, overkill, overkill, overkill. I have died. Oh, look at his belly. He's very proud of that belly. I think we did alright.
This is our real power.
That's a cool finishing screen there. Overkill times 4. Alright then. Just got destroyed.
I'm awesome!
I guess you were there? Easy peasy. It was a tough battle, but naturally we emerged victorious. Yeah, that's another trial overcome. Shall we go get the crystal? Come on, let's get ourselves up to the altar. Indeed we shall. It looks fairly much the same as the last one. I'm just wondering, like, is there any different iconography or anything like that that we should take in, should have a look at? I think it's just a different color, isn't it? Yeah, it is just the element has changed. Which makes sense. This means we are now one step closer to acquiring a new weapon for Valimar. Yeah, thank goodness we've got enough people to carry it back. Well, still got 2 more shrines to visit. Let's get going. No time for relaxing just yet. We should be able to obtain our 3rd Zumerian ore crystal here, right? Don't see why not. Let's head towards the door inside like we always do. You try to open the trial chest. It claps its hands over its ears and whispers, "I can't hear you!" I think that was the most inoffensive one yet. Once we go in, it'd be a waste to leave before finishing what we started. I'll be ready for this. Yes! Okay, it's open. Be very careful, everyone. I'm always careful. Millium tried to run after Machias. Caught her sneaking food. But she stopped dead in her tracks when he shouted, "Don't you move 1 more millimeter." Million, oh dear. It's whispered among Jaegers that Class 7 will take out anyone. If the price is right. They'll just charge you a little fee. Get it? A little fee. Ha 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 ha. Oh, they'll be the death of me, they won't. Still got the Ignis ones as well. And there's crystal number 3. We're not done just yet, though. Here it comes. Stay on guard. Oh, I know what our plan is here. I mean, you know what we're doing. Oh, he's very horny. Israel? This feels like the strongest magic knight yet. I'm always eager to fight a worthy foe. I bet you are. Haven't met him yet. Strong as it may be, we can't let it get the better of us. Everyone get ready for battle. Oh, there's crits coming. Oh, there's crits coming. Oh, you would, wouldn't you?
Here I go.
When there's crits coming, you do that. I mean... I sort of think of like, I want La Forte, but it's that case of like, I want to sort Laura out at the same time. It's like, that should disappear when I use Overdrive, right? Right?
Here goes!
Overdrive!
Yeah. I was just that sort of thing like, wait, am I remembering that right? Because then I want to go this.
Yeah!
My turn.
And very much... La Forte again. Radiant Lion, because when we come out of it, we're coming out into it, obviously. Spirit Unification. Yeah.
Here I go!
I'm so damn curious. You know, there's a crit right here, but I'm so damn curious to see if Laura will kill it in one go. I'm too curious. So it's like, is there anything else I can do here? Chrono Drive. This is just for the sake of playing around at this point. I need to know. I need to know if a crit plus the strength we've given her, is it enough to kill it in one go? I must know. I sacrificed another crit to find this out.
Howl! Radiant Lion!
That was worth finding out.
You still have a lot of training to do.
I feel stronger than ever.
I don't. I feel weak compared to Laura. How the hell? Alright. Is everyone okay? I don't think the ground is. I think so. Phew, thank goodness. Well, that's 3 trials overcome. Let's go and get what we came here for. Yeah. Did I hit that other than Laura? I don't think I did I? It was just Laura. Just crit plus 200 CP S-Craft plus strength. Plus, obviously, how I've set her up. Was enough to just one-shot it. That makes 3. We covered a fairly good amount by now. Although I imagine we must still be somewhat short of having enough to make Valimar's Tachi. We should make our way to the last spirit shrine just to be sure. Agreed. Let's head back and get ready before going on to the next one. Well, here we are, the 4th spirit shrine. We're almost done. Let's keep it up. Right, so not cutting now. Sort of. Because what we're very much doing here is a theory part. Once we go in, it'd be a ways to leave before finishing what we started. Are we ready for this? Open the proving grounds. So obviously I'm going to do what I normally do in the past with theory things like the old schoolhouse, good example, or stuff like that. Very much like going to record and then later on after I've done all my big recording session come back, do the theory over it. You know how it works if you've seen previous videos. It'll be good. Thing is, it's like, I'm probably going to be talking about stuff that's ahead of where we are. Very much so in regards to other things, so it will be a case of, like, Cold Steel 3 spoilers. Probably? I don't know, but it'll definitely be Cold Steel 2 spoilers for stuff that's coming up. So it'll have a time code, so don't worry, so jump to the time code when it comes up. Okay, it's open. Let's make our way inside then. Right. Here's our proving grounds. Alright, so here's your time code if you don't want spoilers. For me, I'm gonna go silent and pass it over to future me. Hello, future me here. It's time for us to speak about what I've wanted to speak about for a while, basically. It's that this idea of, like, the War of the Lions is repeating, but also the idea of us being a neutral faction. I feel they're both tied together. Strangely. Because Vita will say, pretty much in this part later on, that there's a system in place. There's stuff repeating
welcome all
itself,
challengers.
and that's part of a system.
Here I go.
Now that's more to do with other things that are going on, sure, but I feel like someone's using this system, trying to like almost accelerate the system or make the system go a certain way in order to bring about a certain thing at the end of Cold Steel 3. So who could that person be? And this is why it's very much I put the time code for spoilers. It's like Chancellor Osborn. Chancellor Osborn has been
We should be
playing
safe now.
everyone completely. That's the thing I get. This neutral faction, it's like that's part of his plan.
That one looks
I feel it's that
nasty.
case of like
Try
looking
to be careful,
back.
everyone.
He saw what Olivert was planning, saw what he was doing, and was like, how can I apply that to what I have planned? How can I accomplish that? I want to make it so the nobles lose power and the common people basically rise up and gain more power, and it's like we get united as a nation ready for
Please, take
whatever's
care
coming
on that one.
after Cold Steel 3 for me. It's like, for me, it's that case of it's all leading to that point. That's what he's doing. And this is part of it. It's basically to stamp out the nobles. Because this explains stuff like Keldic. It's sort of like, he's got, like, the best way of putting it, like, Osborn has a plan, and he's trying to control all 3 assets
Let's not
of
overestimate
this war.
ourselves. Stay focused.
Not just 1, not just 2, all 3. So it's controlling us, basically,
I spy with my little eye. The
by making
goods.
certain things happen with the other 2 factions. Because you have to think, who's in charge of these things? Who's all around? The Ironbloods are all over the place. And the best example of that for me is very much like the Noble Alliance is doing exactly what it should be doing according to Osborn's plan for Rufus. And the time it didn't go according
That
to
one's gonna
plan
be a pain.
was Keldic. I think that was like slightly off and they didn't actually anticipate that was going to happen. It didn't go perfectly according to plan, so then Rufus steps in and calls on
Let's take
us
him
to
out.
help out.
My turn.
I feel that's part of it.
Gather on my blade.
So it's that sense of like, the reason it doesn't feel like we're that actually like a independent, neutral third party is because Osborn is making it that way.
Okay, it's safe for
He's
now.
using what Olivert set up
I'm so
to
glad.
try and bring about everything he wanted as quickly as possible, which is, again,
Oh, look!
everything
There's
being
a
set up
treasure
ready for
chest.
Cold Steel 3's ending. Which again, I don't want to go too much into spoilers on that. I'm trying to avoid that, but it's like
That one looks nasty.
the system of
Try to be
control
careful,
that I
everyone.
think Vita goes on about later is actually. There's no way around. I've got to say
We'll
what
have
it
to
is. I
fight our
think
way
that's the
through.
curse. I think that's like the main system of control in all of this.
Gather on my blade.
And that's basically where I feel everything lies here. It is just that case of like, it's almost meant to feel like you don't understand that we're neutral and stuff like that, and it doesn't feel right. Because that was my first, like my problem with Cold Steel 2 the first time around was very much like, I didn't feel like we were a neutral party. We're always helping the Reformists, the Imperial Army. We're always helping them, but it's like, I thought that was a mistake in the writing, but now I'm very much of the opinion it's like, it's not a mistake in the writing. It's fully intentional.
Let's keep going.
It's everything's being forced upon us. Everything we're doing is scripted. According to Osborn. According to his plan. Anyway, now we've got some puns with past me. Word has it that the Imperial Army has weaponized the karaoke performances of Class 7's instructor into a new type of munition. The Serenade. Oh dear God. A spiritual presence, yeah. Whatever happens, Emma and Macius can always fall back on their bartending skills. You seldom see them without their glasses. Anyway, back to future me, who can't even. Can't even is right.
Let's not
It's
overestimate
very much
ourselves.
that case of
Stay
like,
focused.
I had to listen to them again. For this. Oh dear God. I had to listen to the puns again. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on that. Like, that's generally, like, there's not much more to talk on that. I just feel it's part of Osborn's plan. That we're not as neutral as we should be. that everything is being forced this way. Just want to know what other people's thoughts are on that. That's generally what I feel it is,
Stay on
definitely
guard,
based
everyone.
on
That's
my
no
Cold Steel
ordinary
3
foe.
knowledge. But anyway, we're approaching the boss room. I'll leave that in, because why not? So, back over to past me. Puns. Puns! Even in the midst of theories, we still have the puns. I like this one because it's dark. You know, this definitely reminds me of Tokyo Xanadu because of the red. It's the red color. Well, here we are. And there it is. Our 4th crystal of Zemurian ore. All that remains is to overcome the final trial, and it will be ours. Again, I want to see if Laura can take this out in one shot. And here it comes. Bring it on. This feels like... Oh, well, that's taken care of then. God damn, Laura, you're overpowered. Didn't even have to do anything, you just killed it with just... Was that mind control or something? What the... Did it just... vanish? No, this was the work of...
Oops, you caught me.
Grianos?
So that was your doing, Vita?
There's no need to be so wary of me. I merely did what you were planning to do anyway, didn't I? I just did you a favor.
A likely story.
You can't seriously expect us to believe that. Last time you tried to do us a favor, you abducted Elise and Princess Alphen.
Oh, woe is me. I don't seem to be very popular here.
I wonder why.
What really brought you here? How did you even know this place existed? Even I didn't until Celine told me.
Unlike you, I'm a fully fledged witch, in the truest sense of the word. As such, I know everything. Far more than a trainee like you could even begin to imagine.
Sounds like you've long known all there is to know about this place.
More than you and the Elder do, in fact. Oh, I know! Why don't I take this opportunity to enlighten you on a fun little something?
Go ahead.
That being the true purpose of the Hexen clan to which we belong.
What is this light?
A flash grenade?
No, this is...
Something's flowing into my head.
So, this is what a crystal of the ancient magical ore looks like. The light from it is so beautiful. It's almost divine. Overcome the trial to find what you seek. The witch was right, it seems. This should grant us the strength to suppress that great calamity. Indeed, the final battle draws near. Ever since I first met that great knight, my fate was sealed. I will abide by it. But will you accompany me? You needn't even ask, Your Highness. I'll be by your side until the day the goddess calls me to hers.
What did I just see? Another one of someone's memories?
Whatever it was, I witnessed it as well. And I presume that blonde-haired woman in it must be.
That shouldn't have been possible. Just what did you do for us to see that?
Think of it as a special treat from me. Ordinarily, only the Ashen Awakener would have been able to see it, but I allowed the rest of you to see it too. As for what it is, It's a glimpse of the truth regarding what really happened during the War of the Lions.
The truth? And that really was a memory from...
Dreigel's the Lionheart, yes. And the woman with him was the Lance Maiden, Leanne Sandlot. During the war, they too had to borrow the strength of a divine knight. And they were drawn into a conflict between fragments of the great power. Just like Reen and Crow during this war.
Wait, there's no way the War of the Lions involved divine knight battles.
If that had been the case, surely the world would know of it.
Actually, I have heard mention of that from Grandmother. Wait, doesn't that mean...
Oh, has the truth finally dawned on you? The fragments of the great power are destined to be drawn to one another, forced to collide over and over and over. These dark times Erebonia is going through have repeated themselves since time immemorial. And every time, the truth of what happened disappears from the memories of all. That is how this system works.
System?
Hold on a moment. I can't follow what you're saying.
Oh, don't feel bad if you're having trouble wrapping your head around it. That's perfectly normal. After all, that's just how this world is.
I don't believe it's that simple, which I probably would have covered in my theory bit that you may have either skipped past or listened to.
Wait, you aren't suggesting the clan's true purpose is...
Aha! Did you finally realize the fundamental role we witches play? We shoulder the responsibility of operating and managing part of that giant system. Not that I would expect an apprentice and her familiar to know anything about that. The Elder knows, of course, but she chose not to share the knowledge with you, likely fearing it would be a burden. But how pitiful is it to have lived for the sake of fulfilling your duty as a witch without knowing what that duty really is? I almost feel sorry for you.
Don't look away, Emma. There's no need to be afraid of accepting the truth.
Reen?
Oh?
I know what it's like to be afraid of accepting new revelations about who I am or about my past. I feel like once I know, life will never be the same again. Maybe that's true, but there's one thing that I can believe in beyond a shadow of a doubt. That my classmates and all the people who've stood by me through everything that we've been through will keep standing by me to the very end and accept me for who I am no matter what.
You're absolutely right. Nothing you could learn about yourself would cancel out all the time we've spent together.
Yeah. Everyone accepted me, despite my past as a Jaeger.
Hold your head up high, Emma. There's nothing in this world that could stop us from proudly standing at your side until the bitter end.
I don't know what to say.
I'm glad I brought Fee there. Like that worked in nicely.
Vida, thanks to you, I finally noticed the change in my own feelings.
Change?
I enrolled at Thor's to fulfill my duty as a witch. I won't deny that. Nor will I deny that until that point, I effectively lived to carry out that duty, obeying all I was taught without question. But that's the past. Now, I feel very different. Now, I want to live a life of my own, together with the classmates I've been fortunate enough to meet. I'm no longer the person I used to be.
Emma.
That's one way to steal your resolve.
That's the class president we know.
I'm impressed. You've matured a lot more than I was expecting during your time at the academy.
Vida?
But let's put that to the test, shall we? I haven't had the opportunity to train you in some time, so this is as good a chance as any to see what you're capable of now.
Her eyes.
Dance, dance, my sweet little bird. Behold, your master's foes. Bare your fangs and raise your talons.
What the?
Everyone get back! Quickly!
Grianos Aura.
It grew? What did she do to it?
It's called Savant Vals. It allows a witch to pour an incredible amount of mana into their familiar.
Wait, that's a thought. Does that mean Celine could do something similar then?
I'd imagine she's given it more power than even a cryptid possesses.
I don't think Emma would do that much though.
Well then, Emma, let's see what you're capable of. Show me if you have the strength to back up your words.
Please, everyone, lend me your power.
You've got it.
Leave it to us.
I feel like that's going to be something that comes up in future, isn't it? Like Emma's going to be doing it to Celine.
Got it!
Zodiac Rain.
It's my turn.
Like not make her like stupidly boss-like, but something smaller. Feel like it's like something important. Like maybe she's going to be a party member. Is what I'm thinking now. Like you know how we have the battle cats and stuff like that. Maybe she'll be something like that. It's like or maybe it'll be sort of a case of like a certain direwolf or something like that from another game in this series. You know, maybe something like that. Possible. Keep an eye on that. That could be interesting. But anyway, it is very much like I do want to throw out Emma's S-Craft pretty much immediately. I want to see Zodiac Rain on this thing.
Great stars in the heavens above, answer to my voice and heed my call.
Oh no. How many Zodiacs were there? Someone count them.
Zodiac Rain!
Is it our Zodiacs? Because that's important. That all? Jeez.
Let's move.
Alright, La Forte.
Arcus, activate.
I can do this.
Alright, so I've had the La Forte, so now I'm gonna throw out the Greya Burst.
Hip! No problem.
No problem.
Let's go. Hip!
Huh.
Here!
Thanks.
Leave this to me.
Overdrive. Oh wait, you changed up.
Overdrive!
I thought she was still tagged green. It's fine. It's fine. It's not going to change really what I do that much, so it was Laura I was focused on. We don't need the CP. The insight would be good.
Light! Rain upon us!
My turn.
Your turn.
Witness
I've got her. I've got her.
It's my turn!
Yes, it's quite impressive, that wasn't it? Ow. I would have liked that. Whatever's around. Let me throw out the strength elixir
Now!
that I got from a certain nurse, you might say, a sister. And you got Reen.
Here I go.
Right, so I'm thinking... Picking his call.
Balabar!
Yes, you know. I'm on my way! Nice. Oh, that's just not on.
Burn to ash.
Oh, come on.
Gotcha!
Not very much like now. I do need to spam Laura's S-Craft. Be doing that. Shiva's Prep. Oh. That's worrying. That's worrying. Ow!
Unforgivable.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Witness the fruits of my training.
Yeah, I was just enjoying myself, Grianos. Now I have to panic about whether or not I'm going to survive.
Gather on my blade.
I was gonna go into Spirit Unification and finish it off all nicely and flashy like, but no, don't allow me that honor, would you? No, had to have a sloppy ending. Ugh. Very well.
What's that? Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving. Oh dear, oh dear.
Great!
I'm so...
A matter of course.
Of course.
Success.
Did we defeat it?
It felt as though we did at least.
Impressive. It seems you can back up your words.
It looks pretty worn out.
I'm surprised Grianos can even fly after that. You don't plan to keep on fighting, do you?
No, I think that will do for today. Poor Grianos needs a rest for one thing.
Vida.
Well, Emma, you've demonstrated the strength of your resolve. Still, I don't think you need me to remind you that resolve only gains worth when it's seen through to the end.
Yes, I know. I'll find a path through life on my own, and I will stop you.
Emma.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, I can't see you succeeding in that regard, but feel free to try. I'll leave the last of the treasures in your hands. I'll see you again soon at the Infernal Rite.
She's finally left. I'm curious as to what she was referring to in her parting words, however. Yeah, what's this infernal rite supposed to be? Just how much more than us does she know, I wonder? And about what? What an unpleasant woman. I'll forget about her for now. Let's go and collect the Zemurian ore. Yeah, you're right. Let's go get that Zemurian ore. Again, like, doesn't seem to be anything different from previous ones other than red. And this is the fourth, which means we've been to every spirit shrine we're able to visit. Yeah, there should be plenty to make Valimar's new Tachi. Now we just need to get this back to George and help him with his work however we can. Indeed, we need to contact Professor Schmidt to request his assistance too. Shall we hurry back to the Kratos then? Reen delivered the Zemurian ore crystal to George. Alright. Looks like you got a pretty hefty amount. It should be enough to make a top-rate Tachi for Valimar. Really? Once this is done, I'll finally be able to fight Crow on equal terms. Yeah, if we manage to finish it. This is going to be significantly more difficult than reinforcing Valimar's existing sword ever was. Remember, we'll be making an entirely new weapon from scratch. I'm not sure we can manage by ourselves. I didn't have to ask the professor for help. So it's finally time for Professor Schmidt to come into play. Yep, we've got enough Zemurian ore for him to work with now. So I can't see why he wouldn't turn us down. Although, can't say I'm all that excited to have him on board. Oh well, I better start getting what we need ready. Oh, here he comes. Pardon me for asking, but why wouldn't you want to have him on board? Well, as you no doubt figured out from when you last met him, he's, not easy to work with. And if his workspace isn't absolutely perfect, or throw a tantrum like you've never seen, it's unbelievable. It's less like you're working with a renowned professor and more like babysitting a temperamental child. I see. They do say geniuses often are eccentric. Anyway, I'll call the Institute as soon as I finish sorting his work area out. You don't mind helping me out some more, right? Choosing to help George. Make his workshop will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. Alright, let's just go check a few things. Thank you so much for your support earlier, Rean. I never would have been able to stand up to Vita like that without the class backing me up. Thank us all you want, but that was all you. You were the one who made the decision to be strong and stand up to her, not us. Kept pushing us forward, too. It was very class president-y of you, so... thanks. Besides, without the two of you, we wouldn't have been able to gather all of this Zemurian ore. Gee, a thank you from Rean. How unexpected and out of character. Getting the chance to screw with Vita and... Girianos. Plans a bit... yes, thanks enough. It's been a long time coming. What a pleasant cat you are. Anyway, now we should finally be able to get started on Valimar's new weapon. Can't wait to see this thing. But I guess I'm gonna have to. Pretty much. Still, it'll be exciting to see just how much stronger it's going to make him. So, you're putting some crazy old coot onto the ship to make that blade for you? Yeah, great plan. Make sure you help him out with the preparations, you know, just so he knows where he is and what he's doing. Jeez, not that old. So preparations are being made to work with the Zemurian ore, are they? Seeing just how much more powerful Valimar becomes should be fascinating, and doubly so as a witch. Help out! If his workspace isn't absolutely perfect, he'll throw a tantrum like you've never seen, so let's make sure we're good here first. Once we're done, I'll call the Institute and invite him on board. You don't mind helping me out some more, right? Choosing to help George, make his workshop, will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. Help. I'd be happy to. Ready now? Sure am. Thanks, Rean. Both of us here, the work will be done in no time flat. They went about making the best-looking workspace they could. Afterwards, George made contact with Rowan Institute of Technology, and the time finally came to welcome Professor Schmidt on board the Courageous. Yay! Not quite up to my standards, but being that we're limited in our options inside the ship, this will have to do. It can't compare to the facilities in the Institute, but you made the best of what you had, I suppose. Thanks, I guess. So, there it is. Didn't expect you to obtain any of Zemurian ore at all, much less this much of it. Where exactly did you find it? Class 7 obtained it from overcoming some very challenging trials. Come on, that's what you asked for, so you'll help us, right? That doesn't answer my question in the slightest, I'll have you know. Then again, the answer changes little. I'm a man of my word. You did what you were asked, so I'll draft you the finest blueprints the world has ever seen. Still, a project like this is not without its series of trial and error. Your assistance will be crucial, George. Just don't get in my way of my work. Right, anything you say. Well, so that's the famous Professor G. Schmidt. He's as much of a cranky old fart as everyone says he is. He and George seem to work really well together though, don't they? Well, if I recall, they were once masculine student. He's got those dashing good looks, but his personality leaves a lot to be desired. Doesn't take much to impress you, does it? Working with the Zemurian ore is no doubt going to be a challenge. and they will need to find a way to use it to replicate the sharpness of Itachi. Still, with Professor Schmidt on board, I'm sure they'll manage. He's the finest engineer in the country, if nothing else. Yeah, we'll just have to keep out of their hair and let them do what they do best. I had to edit that because I said on their hair, and it was very confusing. Finally, work on Valimar's Tachi began. George and Professor Schmidt worked as quickly as they could so that Class 7 would be ready when the time for the final battle with Crow came. And while they were working, the Courageous received a sudden and unexpected call. Is it Inspector? Close.
Are you sure, Captain?
Yes, absolutely. Several days ago, the Alliance moved their line of defense around the capital westward, which means that the east side of the capital, and in particular the area around Trista, are much more exposed than before.
That could totally work in our favor.
Lucky us. Yeah, it sounds like we might finally be able to achieve what we set out to do.
We finally have a chance to wrestle the Academy from the Alliance's grasp.
Guess the Alliance is so focused on trying to defend Heimdall, they don't have time to worry about Trista. We couldn't have asked for a better chance than this.
I have some other news that may be of interest to you as well. The Noble Alliance forces are no longer the ones supervising Thor's military academy. Instead, they've assigned that task to the upper-class students so the army can focus on defending the capital.
Why the upper-class students?
I imagine they were chosen so the Academy would technically still be under the control of the nobility. I'm sure they're up to the task either way.
Are we talking about all of the upper-class students or just a select number of them?
The Academy is being overseen by a group of students calling themselves the Order of the Lion.
Their leader especially has a good tailor. I don't know why it's relevant, but...
The group is centered around high-ranking nobles, and its commander is one of the sons of Marquis Higharms, Patrick T. Higharms.
T for Taylor.
Patrick? I'd heard that he was still at the Academy, but just what is he doing?
And what's this Order of the Lion?
I know nobles love tradition, but that name sounds like something torn from a history textbook.
Other key members include the son and daughter of Count Florald, together with a butler and maid from the upper-class dormitory. To my knowledge, the principal and the other instructors remain imprisoned within the academy itself, however.
Ferris is taking part too?
If I had to wager a guess, the Alliance ordered them to. Not like they're in a position to refuse.
That's a little worrying.
Principal Van Dyke is an honorary general of the army as well, so naturally, the army is concerned for his well-being. As such, we of the RMP are preparing to liberate Trista and the Academy from the nobility. It will be carried out before the battle for Heimdall can begin, using our most elite units.
Oh.
But that means...
Captain, would you consider postponing your operation for at least a few days?
Rean.
Do you not think the RMP is up to the task?
I don't doubt for a moment that you are. But since the day we were entrusted with the Courageous, no, even before that, liberating the Academy has been our dream. I don't just mean Class 7's dream either. It's something that every single student gathered on this ship wants to be a part of. You could even say it's our duty. Whether someone else could handle it isn't the issue. It's what we've come this far for. We want to do it with our own hands.
Thank you, Rean. I feel the same way as Rean does. Thor's was established by one of my ancestors, so I feel a connection to it in that sense. It feels only right that those who have an attachment to the Academy should come together to take it back.
She's absolutely right. We've come all this way believing it would lead us back to the Academy. We can't just leave the last step of our journey to you. After all that's happened, I think we're the ones who should be fighting that Order of the Lion, don't you?
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, it's gotta be us. We've all put an enormous amount of effort into making it this far. It's only fair, right?
We wouldn't be setting a very good example as second years if we didn't see tasks we've taken on through to the end.
I want to go and save Uncle Makarov too!
That's a lot of yes votes right there.
I'm pleased to see we're all unanimous.
Yeah, I want to do this too, Claire!
Really, Milliam? You too?
So, Captain, please, Won't you leave taking back Trista and the Academy to us?
We realize we're asking a lot, but this is genuinely important to us.
When I finally see Dad again, I want to be able to look back and feel proud of all I've done.
I was never raised to beg, but in this case, no price is too great.
I wasn't expecting to get quite so strong a reaction from you. It's almost like we went to different schools. I've never felt quite the devotion and attachment to the Academy all of you clearly possess. So it's a little strange for me to see how much each of you are willing to sacrifice, just so you can liberate Trista together.
Seems like Captain Claire did not do the rounds.
But strange in a good way.
Is that a yes?
We'll wait 2 days. Trista will form a vital base in our operation to take Heimdall. It needs to be liberated as soon as possible. I hope that will be enough time for you to achieve your dream of taking it back.
Thank you, Captain.
If you weren't with the RMP already, you'd make a hell of an actress, you know. You put on quite a show for someone who was gonna say yes all along.
Now what makes you say that? Regardless, I will be praying for your success. I look forward to seeing you all again in Heimdall after this war is over.
Thank you.
Good luck to you too, Captain.
Finally, Class 7 was granted permission to liberate Trista. They left deciding the specifics of the operation to Toa. And eventually, it was decided that they would carry out the mission on the same day a prototype of Valimar's new Tachi was completed.